Finally done that Final Fantasy 15 video. And as I did that video, I hit 200,000. 200,000, I fucking wish. I hit 200 subscribers. I've got to celebrate it in some way. Let me see here. Yeah, we're not gonna... No, we already did that. Oh, let's see here. We have, an old game I really like. Eternal Sonata. That's one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Nah, fuck it. You guys don't want to see that. No. Let's see here. We also have... something my cousin actually gave me. The Legend of Zelda on NES in some plastic casing. Oh, I bet you guys would love to see that too, huh? Or any Zelda game for that matter. Nah, fuck it, we ain't gonna do that either. Now, let's see, we could, Wait a minute. I got it. Fucking Uncharted. We're gonna do Uncharted. We're doing Uncharted 4. Fuck it, I don't care. So when I okay, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me just do something like real quick. All right.
Hello?
You, me, Uncharted 4, collab now.
What?
You, me, Uncharted 4, collab now. Okay, cool. Let's get this on the road. All right.
What the fuck just happened?
So, when I got my PS4, I got the Uncharted 4 bundle, and since I was not too familiar with the Uncharted series, up until now I've only really beaten one of them and played a bit of the second one, I told myself I wouldn't touch this game until I got the Nathan Drake collection. However, I can only play Final Fantasy 15 for so damn long that I get sick of it at some point. And yes, I do have Star Ocean, but fuck enough RPGs, Matt, calm yourself. After owning this damn thing for 3 months now, I said, nah, you know what, screw it, and I popped this sucker in my PS4, and holy crap, I did not expect what was shown to me.
I, on the other hand, have had previous experience with the Uncharted series. I played Uncharted 2 a few years back when my brother still had a PS3, and I loved the shit out of it. Unfortunately, as time went on, he decided he wanted the 360 and swapped out, meaning I lost the chance to play any other Uncharted games. They flew away, like someone threw them out a window. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel I somehow wandered into, and that was in the form of the Nathan Drake collection on the PS4. I got my PS4 for Christmas, so I knew I had to relive the adventure of 2 again, and finally experiencing 1 and 3 before tackling 4. You know, like you're supposed to do, Matt. But I love them all, and finally got around to playing 4, and oh my god, 4 has to be the ultimate Uncharted adventure for sure.
This story follows our main character, Nathan Drake. It starts off in the past as we see young Nathan in an orphanage sneaking out to meet his brother Sam. After meeting with his brother, he learns that he is going to be going away for a while on a job that promises a big payday. Before leaving, he first tells Nathan that he found the place in which their mother's stuff had been sold to, and they decide to go liberate it.
Just as they take off, we cut to a few years later, and see a much older Nathan and Sam in prison. But they're there for a reason. See, they're on the hunt for a giant treasure which has been said to be hidden by the famous pirate Captain Avery. Things go bad, however, as their operations get screwed up by their other partner, a man by the name of Rafe. And when attempting to escape prison, Sam gets shot and killed. Oh my god, the game is getting so heavy already. I mean, look at him, he's dead.
Nathan and Rafe escape, and we cut to the current present day, where Nathan is just a nice civil guy with a good job and a lovely home and a nice wife. Which, I mean, after some of the shit this guy's been through, I can't really blame him for wanting that. However, one day he gets a knock on his office door, and on the other side, it's his brother who he thought was dead. Turns out that he had actually survived that day and has been sitting in prison the past 15 years.
Yeah, he pulls some Houdini shit and was like, poof! There he is. Hey little brother, sorry I died, but didn't really die. I made you leave me behind, probably causing you severe mental scarring and trauma that's followed you all your life like a shadow of pure sadness and despair. but I'm here now, hug time. He explains that a man by the name of Hector Alazar broke him out when his gang came and busted him out of prison. However, he wanted a price. This price was the treasure that Avery had hidden away somewhere in the world. Sam expresses that he came up with a brand new lead with a missing artifact which could hold a clue to where the treasure is. He needs to find this treasure because should he come up empty-handed, then Hector will track him down and kill him.
Nathan, who wanted to put behind the life of treasure finding and ruin exploring, decides that he needs to do one last job in order to save his brother. Of course, this won't be easy as Rafe has returned with a new colleague named Nadine, and he is still looking for that bounty after all these years. So it's a race against the clock. Who will uncover the clues and find Avery's treasure first? Only time and wits will tell. The race is on. One thing that I couldn't get over when playing this game were the environments in which the game takes place in. I know this is the PS4 and graphics had improved over the years, but the settings within this game are almost breathtaking. There were so many moments in which I would just stay on a cliffside and take in the view in which I was looking at. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that the other Uncharted games don't have beautiful settings. I see it as a common trend which only returns and improves with every entry. Seriously though, some of these settings are just so nice.
Yeah, I totally agree, Matt. The Uncharted franchise has always been on point with the magnificent environments. Naughty Dog have always held a wonderful level of true quality when developing their games, and Uncharted is no different. Every installment has been tweaked and improved in so many aspects, but looks have always been topped with every new game, and 4 just takes the cake, which is no lie. Laugh, goddammit! The level of detail is simply fantastic in 4. Environments look the best that they've ever had, even with subtle details making such a huge difference. Not to mention just how vibrant and colourful they are. They're gorgeous! Models are top-notch too. Nathan, Sam, Sully, Helena, everyone looks jaw-droppingly good. You can even see single hairs on their head.
So while pretty landscapes and treacherous ruins are really nice to have, it don't mean jack if the gameplay don't encompass it. And oh boy, do it ever. Now when playing this game and climbing and jumping across ropes and walls, I had a few visions of Assassin's Creed games here and there. Well, at least the first 3, cause I didn't play the rest, cause I'm gonna be very honest, I don't like those games, but moving on. Now, the reason I bring these series up is because they had many similarities with the scaling buildings and whatnot. Only I feel as though that Uncharted has more or less perfected these mechanics. Everything felt so smooth and well within my control. This doesn't mean I didn't run into some glitches or errors, because I did, but the good really did outweigh the bad in this game.
Yeah, that's certainly true, my friend. There are the odd 1 or 2 glitches here and there, but you look past them with how amazing the rest of the game is. The controls have pretty much been perfected by this point. Nathan feels so nice to control in 4. Everything responds perfectly. He feels quite weighty. No floaty controls here, bud. I played through all the Uncharted games in order, and even I felt the slight improvements to the series, and they nailed it with 4. And the climbing physics are definitely the best here. However, there are still the odd moment or 2 where you're like, the fucking rock is right there, Nate, just grab it, you stupid motherfucker. Also, the animations are by far the most realistic in 4. So nice to look at. Well, except some of these make me uncomfortable.
The action sequences were also really top-notch. Whether it be hand-to-hand combat or shooting the ever-living crap out of the bad guys, the action sequences were some of the coolest parts of the game for me. Whether it be hand-to-hand combat or shooting the ever-living crap out of the bad guys, the action sequences were some of the coolest parts in this game for me. Sure, some of these action scenes were out of this world with how ridiculous and over-the-top they were that for a moment I actually thought I was watching a Fast and Furious movie, but it was so over-the-top that I just couldn't help but have fun with them.
I swear, Naughty Dog went out of their way to create a playable action-adventure movie. Sure, some of the moments are really over the top, but my god, some of the action set pieces feels like I'm watching an adventure unfold on the big screen. And with how the game looks, you sometimes forget you're even playing a game. They should really just rename the series to something like Nathan Drake and the Adventure of Precarious Predicaments.
The voice acting is also really freaking top notch. Each voice actor gives it their all in their performance, which is great in a game which incorporates character interactions. Which leads to quite possibly my favorite thing about the game. The fact that Nolan North and Troy Baker play brothers. Honestly, this just makes the game that much more better. These two just hit it out of the ballpark with their witty back and forths to even their more down-to-earth moments. It made me care about these two brothers so much more, which in turn made the game that much more engaging engaging.
Having the two biggest and some of the most well-known and talented voice actors in your game at the same time is one way to sit yourself comfortably in my heart. Nolan North has always been fantastic as Nathan Drake. His sense of humor has always got a chuckle out of me with his smart-ass quips and sarcasm and just generally goofy and almost childish lines he spouts. Even in the original trilogy, his voice acting still holds up wonderfully. And then you have the glorious Troy Baker working alongside him, playing a game with my two biggest voice acting inspirations together in the same place. Let me go change my pants, please.
After finding all the clues, fighting their way through people who just want them dead, and the trickiest thing of them all, lying to your wife.
Not to mention not even telling Helena that he has a brother and risking his life all behind her back. Shit, man. Can anyone hear a chanting crowd?
Nathan and Sam discover where Avery's treasure truly resides. As they make their way to the treasure, the two brothers come face to face with Rafe and Nadine. And it's here where all lies come out of hiding, as Rafe explains that Sam's whole story about Hector and him needing to find a treasure to save his life was all fabricated. Essentially, Sam is just so obsessed with finding this stupid treasure that he went to all these extreme lengths to get his brother to help him out, knowing he wouldn't if he just came out an ass.
Holy shit, dude. Even more lies and deceit. Oh, there's that crowd again.
As Nathan falls off a cliff and is knocked unconscious, we travel back to his past and learn of a somewhat tragic past. See, as they try to go back and get their mother's stuff, they meet a person who has worked with their mother before. This is the reason she bought all her stuff in an auction. Learning who the boys are, she hands them their mother's book, but before she can call the police off, she has a heart attack and dies in her home. The cops break in and the boys make their escape. Fearing that they would be accused for the woman's death, Sam decides to go on the run with Nathan and create new personas and live their life together. This is the birth of Nathan and Samuel Drake.
Cut back to the future where Nathan awakes to find Elena by his side and Sully not too far away. They rush to the location that Sam was heading to, and after finding him, they try to retreat from the island. But Sam's obsession still lingers for the treasure, and Nathan heads off to bring his brother home. The game goes full on Goonies as Nathan ends up finding Avery's ship in a giant cave, and as he walks inside, Rafe is there to confront him.
With Sam trapped under a beam and the ship on fire, Nathan and Rafe lock arms in combat, and I guess it's the final boss? This game doesn't really have bosses. The final obstacle, I'll call him that. The final obstacle fight... Fuck, this is really weird. In this fight, you will be dodging and weaving Rafe's sword attacks, and soon you will be clashing swords against him. After a few hits, Nathan gets the drop on Rafe. Fucking literally.
He was crushed to death.
Nate escapes with his brother, and from there, it's all happy endings. We get a nice epilogue with Nathan's family, and from there, credits.
As someone who's really enjoyed every single one of Nathan's adventures, I have to say, this ending was really satisfying. It ends on such a high note, and it's wonderful to see Nathan finally being able to enjoy life with his wife and daughter, while still being able to quench his thirst for adventure, albeit on a smaller scale. Then hearing that orgasmic theme song once more as the credits roll, it really sinks in that it's all over. But it makes you feel like you've been on a journey with Nate this whole time, and you can rest easy knowing that he's finally in safe hands.
You know, I gotta admit, I wish I gave the Uncharted series the attention it deserves. As I said before, I only played a little of each game, so Uncharted 4 was the first one I ever really did beat, aside from 1. Boy oh boy am I glad I did though. This game was pure enjoyment from beginning to end. The characters are just so lovable and charismatic.
You can argue that the first quarter of the game can feel just a tad bit slow for people that haven't played the other Uncharted games, as Uncharted 4 is structured more for the fans of the series. We learn more about Nate's past, we see where he is now, and even get throwbacks to the previous games that new players may not get. But coming from someone like me that's been through it all, 4 was simply fantastic, and I'm so happy I got to experience it. It was the best story-wise, gameplay was addicting, gunplay was actually the best it's ever been in the series, with the guns handling fantastically, and it feels like you actually hit your targets a lot more. Old characters are back and just as lovable as before. New characters have come along who I've come to love and hate. Rafe can suck a big ol' wiener. The action set pieces are mind-blowing, voice acting is heavenly, and the music is to die for.
Yeah, I gotta agree. The Uncharted theme is becoming one of my favorite video game pieces of music of all time. And the environments are just so jaw-dropping, and the action is just so much fun. So many of my YouTube pals have praised this game for being what it is, and it's honestly nothing short of amazing. And now I can fully see why. Hopefully one day in the near future, I'll be able to pick up the Nathan Drake collection, and should that day ever come, maybe I'll do the other games on this channel as well. Well, that's all I got for today. I want to thank my good buddy TapChap for helping me out and appearing in this video. Hey, Tap, you got anything you want to say before the end of the video?
Why, yes, I do, Matt. I just want to say thank you for having me on here, and if any of you out there like my sense of humor, you can also check around on my channel if you want, you know what I mean? Wait, hold on, wait, where you going? No, wait, hold on, wait, I'm not finished. Go to youtube.com/username TapChap. No! Oh, okay.
Right. Well, if you did enjoy it, then make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And a like or a dislike doesn't hurt either. And if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I try to upload as frequently as I can. And speaking of subscribing, you should go subscribe to TapChap. He has been an amazing dude for helping me out in this video. We've been talking about collabing for like a year now, and we finally did it. We finally did it, bud. We finally did it. And don't forget to click those little bells to make sure that you know when we upload a new video, should that day ever come. I really don't know when the next one will be, so yeah. Well, that's all I got for today, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, game on, mini minions.
Why do people hate me? Why do people knock me down? Why do people kick me in the penis? Why do people always call me gay? That was meant for a joke, people. Don't take that seriously, for God's sake. Lighten the fuck up.